God first. Put God first in everything you do. Everything that I have is by the grace of God. Understand that. It's a gift. I've been protected. I've been directed. I've been corrected. I've kept God in my life and it's kept me humble. I didn't always stick with him, but he always stuck with me. So stick with him in everything you do. If you think you want to do what you think I've done, then do what I've done and stick with God.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Wayne Campbell.
And I'm Sheila Campbell.
And this is your morning drive with the driver's side. Good morning, beautiful. How are you?
I'm okay. It's Friday. It's Feel Good Friday.
It's Feel Good Friday.
Yeah, but I feel like weird.
You do?
Yeah.
A little lethargic, you said this morning?
Yeah, like I feel weak.
Yeah, so you're just going to get constantly tossed back to me today, isn't it?
Yeah, Wayne Amigo. Now back to you, Wayne Amigo.
Before we get today started, the notification did not go out, so we're taking our time getting up in here. But it sucks that you are feeling that way, honey. I hope you feel better today at some point because it's time to start packing up the rig, start to get ready to head out. But before we get today's show started, I want to say a special thank you to Yo-Yo.
Yes.
Yo-Yo, it was an amazing experience yesterday interviewing you. It was the highlight, I want to say, of my career outside of doing this with my wife. It was such a pleasure meeting you, talking to you this week, raising money for you, which we will continue to do and promote here on the driver's side. Again, Trucking with Yo-Yo to the end is a great group. They do have a GoFundMe, but my highlight of my career doing this, and I've interviewed quite a few people, John Jakes, who we're talking about, and Kim Grimm, will be interviewing in Wildwood, but you, ma'am, were a true treat for me yesterday. Like I said, it was like a kid in a candy store. I was so nervous yesterday, but it turned out great. You were amazing. The best interview I think we've had.
I agree. And as far as you were talking about treat, that was the exact same word I was going to say was treat. I was like, oh, he used the same word that I was going to use right then. And guys, we are going to be leaving that Facebook notification there of where you can find the GoFundMe. We're going to be leaving it on our page, or we'll leave it pinned to the top for at least to the end of the month, so that if you have any problems or don't know where to go, or you'd like to help and contribute, you can do so just by going to the Driver's Side Facebook page, and it'll be pinned right to the top, so you don't have to dig all throughout to try to find it.
I mean, people are coming together left and right. Tony Justice auctioned off a hat, raised money for her. This is a group of people that put together a ride, Mike Gaffin and them, which I wanted to say thank you to Mike Gaffin this morning, the Boston trucker. I do have a video from him, but these people that have stood up for this woman have been truly amazing. And it's been an amazing experience. And even on the driver's side, it's been an amazing experience. Thank you to the people that have donated so far. Okay. But I just wanted to make sure we start off today's show with that. We will be showing clips of real people again today throughout the show. We do have to start today's show off with, driver of the week. We do have 3 drivers of the week, right? What did I forget something?
Nothing. I just want to say real quick. We had one of our viewers, Mike McPherson, who had asked us. He's the one who won the $75 when we had our giveaway. Right. And he had him hot about giving us the information of where to send it to. Well, he contacted us yesterday and asked us to donate that money that he won to
shout out to
Yo-Yo's
Mike
GoFundMe. So that's what we did. So Mike, it's already done. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Mike. And thank you to all that donated. That was very sweet. All right. What else we got? Okay. Well, driver of the week. You threw me off, bro.
I know.
Right. And then not even back to you, but our first driver of the week is John Jakes. Sheila, John Jakes is an award winner in this industry at many truck shows. We'll be seeing him at Wildwood next month.
Yes.
Next month, we'll be seeing him and Kim.
In like a few short weeks.
Right. Him and Kim Grimm, we'll be seeing them. Can't wait to
Yes.
see them. But John is all about trucking. He's serious about it. He truly lives the lifestyle within the career. I cannot thank you enough, John Jakes, for being the driver you are, the man you are in this industry, the lives you've touched, and the way you just roll up on a scene.
And his truck is beautiful and he takes pride in it. And, you know, I mean, he's been awarded many, many awards for it as well. And just that, you know what I love about John? Honestly, I love John's personality and his energy, because he has just as much energy as you, if not more, and he can keep up with you.
I have a hard time keeping up with him. Actually.
Well, I was going to say that, but
it's true. It's true. He's one of the people that I've met in my life that's like, oh, dude, wow, oh, God. Whoa. But you never know what he's going to say.
No.
You really don't. And he'll say exactly what's on his mind. But that's what we love about him. And that's why he is a driver of the week. And he is a knight of the highway over here on the driver's side. Honey, I can't thank you enough for the way you make these things up and how you do it.
And just so you know, on that, John Freese is the one who nominated John Jake. So thank you, John, for your nomination.
Right. We got 2 more drivers of the week to announce a little bit later in the show.
Yep. Congratulations, John.
One was nominated by somebody else this morning that we will be talking about, but congratulations to John and Jakes. But to Kim Grimm, real quick, while we're on the topic, Kim Grimm, thank you. Thinking I cannot wait to see you in Wildwood, because I will be talking to you, because you do this. You're the writer over at 10-4 magazine. You did 50 years of maps right here. I suggest you go out and read it. But you, ma'am, I cannot wait to meet, and I cannot wait to talk to you and turn the camera on you and get your story. She said that I can interview her in Wildwood.
Yeah, no, she told me. I'm the one who asked her. And so, yes, that happened.
Seriously?
We were talking to her the other day.
I thought you weren't feeling good today.
I'm not.
All right, well, then stop picking on me.
Oh, that'll never happen.
Oh, get out of here. But no, what were you saying? You asked her, and she was more than willing.
Yeah, because, I mean, not only is she a veteran driver, but she's also an incredible writer. And she is very, very committed and deep into the trucking industry, knows a lot of great people. And she deserves to be highlighted and just as much as anybody else does. And so when we were talking to her, and she, we had talked to her about with Yo-Yo, and she gave some great insights and stuff. And so I asked her, I was like, well, Kim, when do we get to interview you? She's like, whenever you're ready.
Well, she had to verify, Yo-Yo had to verify us through Kim Grimm.
Right.
So for ordering us to interview Yo-Yo, we had to get a verification through Kim Grimm and John and John Jakes. But shout out to you guys. You can't thank you enough. And thank you for all the great stuff you put out, Kim, with 10-4. And you guys, I suggest you guys go out and read, pick it up. All right. So also we got one more person we need to mention this morning before we go to your good mornings is Deb Campbell. Thank you so much for coming on Wednesday. You were an amazing interview.
Yes,
You're
you was.
Very well educated. You women are knocking it out of the park in all aspects. How did you like doing interviewing her, Sheila?
She was a great interview. She was very natural on camera. And we know one of the things when listening to Kim's story of the trucking industry, and then especially how she got into selling.
Deb's story.
Yeah, Deb's story. What did I say?
Kim.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Deb's was how she actually educates prior to people buying. She doesn't just sell the truck just to try to make that money off of it and to boost the sales. Obviously that's important, but she educates and makes sure they are ready for that type of commitment when they buy that truck. And I thought that was really incredible, because there's not many people out there that do that.
Right. So, and the thing is, she's all about continuing your education too within trucking, because it's constantly changing. Things are constantly changing within the industry, let alone with equipment. But shout out to Deb, Yo-Yo, John Jakes, John, all you guys, thank you so much. And all you viewers, thank you so much. Yesterday was an absolute hit. It was completely off the charts between the comments, the donations, but the viewership, all of it. Thank you guys. I cannot thank you enough. But with that being said, I still have stuff from yesterday that I didn't get to play. I'm going to take a quick break and then go over and get to your good mornings.
In my opinion, the last of the great frontiersmen, essence of adventure, travel, and they're the most misunderstood group that I could imagine. America's needs move by truck. I mean, that's not just a slogan on some bumper sticker. Those are facts. So these guys are to be commended, and I love every one of them.
6 days on the route, I said I'm gonna make it home tonight.
Speaking of that, look at that cliff. just that clip from real people and that Yo-Yo was in and stuff like that. What'd you think of that clip, Sheila?
Well, the first thing I was thinking is that, that's old school. I mean, how many of the shoe shiners do you see anymore?
Right.
Are there
right.
any shoe shiners anymore?
No, not that there used to be, and very few and far in between that I saw out there.
How would you really happen to do that? How are you shoe shining on flip-flops anyway? So
did you just holy, not feeling good? You set me up. Oh yeah, you're feeling good this Friday. I don't know. I don't even know where to go with that. That's not fair. I guess I got to go to Good Mornings, right? Oh my God, she just flip-flopped me. Son of a.
Hi. Hi. Good morning.
Seriously, Nick Crass.
That was good, though. Come on, you have to admit that was good. Come on.
Nick Crass, good morning. Anton Austin, good morning. Andrea, the safety lady, good morning. Rick Kale, we talked to him yesterday out in Boston, and he's a record driver. And I asked him how's things looking. He's like, you know what, man, it's not bad out there right now.
Yeah, where he was saying it was definitely more west of where he was, because I was concerned. We had asked him about the weather. He is up in that area that's been getting that snow, which we'll get into weather in a little bit. But he said it was nice. It was cold, but it was sunny. And I saw on a post message this morning from Drea that she is in Tennessee, and I asked her where she was. So Drea answered back and let me know of where in Tennessee. Where are you?
Oh, in Tennessee. You might be close by. All right, Phil Amigo Tristan, good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning.
Brittany Aiken, stay tuned. We got something for you today. Brittany. It's good to see you. Darren Dreyer, also known as Dyer with Charles. Good morning to you, sir. Alan Jones out there doing that deal. Get it. Good morning, sir. Tim Taylor, good morning. How are you, sir? Mike Gaffin. Guys, I got some stuff from Mike Gavin. I'm going to show you a little bit what Mike Gavin's about. That's the Boston Trucker. Seriously, guys, if you don't know who he is, head over to YouTube. Check out the Boston Trucker, the great, some of the greatest content. I actually have some of his content that I will be showing today. Mike, I had to replace a song in one of your videos because of copyright issues. Yeah. They will shut the page down because that song that you chose is a great song. It's called Cats in the Cradle, Mike. So that way you know one of the pieces that I'm going to show from you today. But I mean, Mike knows about this right here. Mike knows about the days of this right here. Mike knows not to feed the bears, Sheila. Yeah. Mike knows not to feed the bears. Okay.
I know that.
Yeah, right. That's a good one right there. All right. So, and Mike, look, he knows old school truckers don't die. They just downshift. But seriously, Mr. Gavin, I can't thank you enough. Again, turn this on to Yo-Yo's group. I had no idea.
Right. And he's another one that we're trying to get an interview from too.
Walcott.
Yes, we're hoping in Walcott when we go to Kim and John's wedding.
Well, he won't be. He can run, but he can't hide because he's got to stand up for John. Somebody has to.
There's a few that are going down that we're gonna.
Well, I believe he's standing up for John Jakes. Yeah, so he can run, but he cannot hide.
I told you I'm looking forward to the girl's dress.
The underglow.
Yeah, right? All the chicken lights. I cannot wait.
And chrome. There's plenty of chrome there. All right. So thanks, Mike, for stopping by. Justin Daniel Pomerantz, you, sir, are going to be mentioned later on in the show, too, for a reason. Good morning, sir. What is he saying?
Justin.
Let's get to his comment. Good morning, my friends and family. Time for the best morning talk show on the planet. On the planner? You mean planet. Happy Friday, everyone. Have a blessed and safe day. That's Justin Palmer out in Oregon. Good people right there. Yeah. Beth Ann, good morning. How are you this morning? Greg Martin.
Good morning,
donated
Greg.
to Yo-Yo. I saw his name on there yesterday. Shout out to Greg Martin. Appreciate you, Greg. Glad that you're a part of this, and dispatch me home. He's got a script that's been written. Yes, I believe I don't know. I have to talk to him and get updated on dispatch me home. Good to see you this morning, Greg. Brittany Akins, we already got you. Brittany. Chris Salisbury, good morning, sir. How are you? Back to trucking. Keith Becker is out there. Good morning, brother. From Muskogee, Oklahoma. Moses, good morning. John Freese, you, sir. Can I just do John now?
What?
You know what? I'm going to ruin it.
Oh.
I'm going to ruin it.
Here he goes.
I'm going to ruin it. Yep. Flicky Fingers is at it. John Freese is also a driver of the week, Sheila.
Yes, he is. And
this is Sheila's pick right here.
This is my pick. And it's not just because we know John and we talk with John frequently, but John is not only a veteran driver and a safe driver, but he is another one that he loves the trucking industry and community, and he really goes out of his way to help other drivers and just help the community. I mean, he's deeply involved, and he's there for them, whether, through education. He takes his time to help other drivers. He tries to help the industry any way he can. He's very deep into it, let alone like the fact that I said, like, he's a phenomenal driver and he's a safe driver.
On top of that, he helped me with this relationship here, Sheila,
Right.
with Kim and John. He's the reason
Yes.
why we did the photo auction. Help them promote the photo auction for 10-4 magazine for Trucker's Final Mile
Right.
a few months back when we were in Oregon. But John, truly, the things that you do and the way you connect people and the content you actually put out is great. You actually talk to four-wheelers while you're going down the highway during weather, stuff like that. You're actually the change you want to be and see in the industry. And I can commend you for that. And shout out to you for being a Knight of the Highway and a driver of the week over here on the driver's side. And shout out to you for making a pick like that. We got one more pick that I'm not gonna give away. We'll wait for the last one, but we will post these up throughout the weekend. The last one will go first, and then the gentleman will go over the weekend, Saturday and then Sunday. All right. So the lady will go first that way. She kind of came last today, but on this part, oh boy.
Because you had flicky fingers and just had to get it out there, didn't you?
Right. All right. Let's get back to good mornings. All right. John Free says, good morning to my brothers and sisters of the highway, Wayne and Sheila. Renee Miller. Say good morning to Renee Miller.
You know what? She's going to track us down. And when you do, Renee, just bypass me and go ahead and just beat the crap out of him.
No, not so much.
Muller.
Not so much.
Yes.
Judy, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning, Judy.
Glenn Calais, sir. Senior, good morning, sir.
Glenn.
How are you? Mike Holden, Bad Santa. Good to see you. Alan Jones, we already got you, bro. Stop trying to double dip over here in the jar. Rick Hale says, the Boston trucker couldn't find a better guy that dips his pizza in salad to stay healthy. Get it? Dips in pizza and salad to stay healthy. That's a good combination.
Yeah, I
Right.
get it.
Two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Can't say you're not
Yeah, I
eating
was
healthy.
like, no. And I was like thinking, gosh, that kind of sounds good right now.
All right, let's go up to Ryan. Good morning, Ryan. Good to see you. Morning from the Maryland. Hope everyone has a good and safe Friday. Yes, it is. You know,
Me too, Ryan.
It's feel good, free flow Friday. All right, you guys. It's truckers don't really get weekends. They really don't. Unless you're on a dedicated and you got your set days off. Sometimes those don't even fall on the weekends. You never know what you're getting in trucking. So, I don't know if Mike's the Boston trucker's home on the weekends, but I know he's out there all hours, plowing, salting, all that stuff. So,
but do you think,
as far as it being Friday, I guess for a trucker, for like an over-the-road truck driver, it says, okay, well, traffic's not going to be as bad in
that's what I was going to ask.
In big major cities.
That's what I was going to ask. I go, well, there's got to be some sense of relief. But when Friday finally comes, is because, oh, thank goodness, I'll have at least 2 days where I don't have as much congestion and traffic.
Well, it reminds me of Yo-Yo. Like she said, I said, how do you feel today? She says, I still get up today feeling like I got to get ahead of traffic and beat that traffic. I got somewhere to be.
That morning rush.
You got somewhere to be, and you want to get up and beat it, Driver's always first to get there and last to leave.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get back to your good mornings. Larry, good morning. How are you? Good morning, Robert Pennington. Gary Jones.
Good morning, Gary.
Gary Jones. There's
What up,
Gary.
homie?
Look, we got one of the Joneses. The SPB trucking in the house. I actually got a clip from you today, but it's something that most people have already seen. It's actually a commercial for XL, I believe, Gary, that I stole from you. But shout out to you and Devery. Can't wait to see you two up in Wildwood. Look at that. Look at me rolling it out. Look at the flicky fingers. Bam, bam, bam. Ready and prepared.
And another one that you've met your match with.
Gary, he ain't no match for me. I drown that guy with his own jet ski. Get out of here. No. Just keep calm, Sheila, and trust God.
He'll keep you on your toes.
No, he doesn't.
He'll just take you out in the field and take you for a ride.
No, look, before he thought it, I've done it. I'm older. I'm like his
whatever.
Grandfather.
Yeah,
all right.
I've seen the video of him making you pee your pants.
Dave Umberger, good morning. Oh, you're talking about that's not right. That's not right. That's not right. That's not right, dude. We're in an IROC, and all of a sudden we're in the middle of this pasture doing donuts. Mm-hmm. Dude, I'm from the city. We don't do that. We like to see what we're spinning on.
He screamed like a 7-year-old girl.
Someone that don't feel good today is really putting it on me. Get it, girl. All right, Dave Umberger, I'm up, and good morning to you. Good morning. Thank you, guys. You're welcome, Gary. Stop. I know he's laughing right now. He's laughing his ass off because you made sure. And that's not fair. Should we get on the Gary Jones train? That's not fair.
And the John Jakes.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Yeah. Well, you know what, though? It's good for me. It keeps me. You're right. It does keep me on test. All right, let's go to Bill Henry. Says, good morning to you. Sunny and bright in Columbus, Ohio. Bill Henry. Good to see you guys. All right. Look, I think that wraps it up for our good morning, Sheila.
And thanks, Gary. I love you too.
I think we're good. But all right, so let's take a break. I guess we'll take a break with SPB. I won't show the Boston Trucker right now because we still have plenty to talk about, right? Right?
Yes.
Am I breaking at the right time?
Yes. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and get into some trucking news. We have weather a little bit later on.
Right.
And then we'll have other little videos of some throwback videos and stuff as we go along because it's feel good. And we enjoy all those throwback videos. All to see the old time.
All right, well, this is an SPB video. You know, shout out to you guys. We'll be right back. Shout out to SPB, the dynamic duo.
Dynamic duo.
Dynamic duo, SPB.
Yep.
I did Gary and Devery. But all right, so let's head over to, I guess we're going to do trucking news this morning. We're pretty much done with comments. Charles Bundy says, good morning to all you drivers out there trucking, and congratulations to all the Knights of the Highway. Yeah, we still got one more. So, all right, Gary, you're welcome. Get out of here. Stop hogging the spotlight there, pal, dude. I do enough of that for you. All right, Mike Gavin says, Dooner James Livingston's videos are better than the Boston Truckers. You know what? That's two different styles, Mike. You can't. That's apples and oranges, bro. Apples and oranges. Dooner gets the models out with the four-wheelers and starts doing scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Mike will bust out the WD-40 and start spraying it on some equipment, you know, and the mopping glow.
Well,
all right, you know, yeah, shining them tires up.
Oh, okay.
Buttering it up,
sense.
putting that butter on. You know what I'm saying? So two different styles, but they are two different great content creators. I do agree with you. All right, Gary's giving me one of those. Back to you, brother. Keep on trucking, Gary Jones. Keep it
now
up.
back to you. Wayne.
Keep it up. Now back to you, Sheila. All right, no, seriously though, we do got some trucking news. The reason why I picked this topic is because Yo-Yo told a story yesterday, and in the interview yesterday, she was telling us about back in the day when she just get there early, back up to a dock, open those doors, back up, get in that sleeper, and just hit it.
Mm-hmm.
Next day, they come along, knock on the door. Hey, driver, your paperwork's ready. You're ready to go. Mm-hmm. She didn't have to do a thing but back up to that dock and show up and hit that dock. So with that being said, we're going to go to the trucking news with Sheila, and there's going to be a topic I want to get to you guys about because it's a lot different today. And now to your trucking news. Yeah, sorry, Sheila, now to your trucking news. Let's open with that.
So, guys, what we're going to be talking about here is basically the imbalance. And this is coming from a picture of a post that we saw, okay? It's not in anything. It's just a picture that was on Facebook. And basically what it says, if you're late, you will wait. Attention truck driver, appointment only. Your hours are your problem. Your next stop is your problem. Please don't bug me with your problems. If I can take your trucks early, I will. I don't need your help. Well, so, and of course, the first thing that happens with us is that we get irate. And it's like, how dare them? That's just rude.
I thought it was rude.
It is rude.
Okay. And look, even if the sign is fake, I know the issues here. There's that sign has so much truth,
But it's rude all the way around.
Yeah.
Whether or not you're trying to get a message across that you have some unsavory drivers that are perhaps not following protocol or whatever's happening. It is just, you could do it in a different manner. Okay. It doesn't have to be so abrasive on it. Okay. That you just are like, screw you. We don't give a rat's ass. Because basically what that is saying right there is we don't care who you are and we don't give a rat's ass about you. My time is more valuable than yours. And that's what that's saying. Which we know how a lot of these places are, and just even the accommodations that they give. So
well, between us, you know, giving the right accommodations as far as bathrooms and stuff like that, it's bad. You know, things are bad in some, not all of them. Okay, so let's get that clear.
Right.
It's not all of them, but this is an issue in the mainstream of trucking. You got places that big warehousings, your Americolds and stuff like that. Food Lion. I'll say because my dad called me not too long ago. He was at Food Lion, but it's important that you're proactive in this situation though, to where this doesn't apply to you. Okay, you know, but my problem here is what they say here is your hours are your problem.
Right.
Well, you know what? That I get that part. They are my problem, but it's not my problem that your guard didn't check me in correctly. Timestamp my stamp at my gate when I got the information. When I showed up, got my timestamp, I called ahead, said, "Look, I'm going to be 5 minutes early," and I was in my pre-trip again. Showed up on time. Okay, and the next, you know, that guard failed to let them know in the warehouse or whatever. There's a failure to communicate somewhere.
Right.
Right. There's a weak link in the chain and it goes to hell. My dad was at Food Lion for 2 days. And you know what he did? He made sure he went back at every shift to the guard and got timestamps for every shift. And he got his pay for all of it. But it was the way the communication fell apart.
Right.
From not just from security, but to shifts, from shift managers down to shift, all of it. Before all of it, it fell apart. And to see this, it pisses me off because John Jakes this doesn't apply to him. He shows up, he calls ahead of time, and he makes sure that he gets that load there correctly and the best of his ability and safely.
Right.
So for like a man like John Jakes to walk into a place like this and see something like this is a smack in the face for me.
Right.
For me, it may not be even because it doesn't apply to him because he is a professional and he's going to get his money. But the things that have happened in this industry for this to have to come to light, because there's not all the professionals like John Jakes, there is the unbalance like you're talking about, Sheila. And that's what I think really sucks. Right. Because like I said, when I saw this, was like, man, I had such a great day yesterday. Right. Such a great episode. Such talking about, you know, trucking and you know, these people right here, what they did, how she knew everybody's name in this picture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To, you know, this sign today to drivers. It sucks. It really does. What do you think?
Right. I don't even know if it's just a lack of communication where this imbalance and the change has happened, or if there's, you know, one of the things that I had said to you earlier was, I understand as far as back in the day, back in the 60s, 70s, early 80s, as far as that it was a simpler time and everyone talks about the old school days and that things were done differently. They got in, there was a little more camaraderie amongst everybody. And I'm talking about with
more professionalism,
shippers and receivers as well. And the only thing that possibly that I came up with as well, that was kind of in defense of any of the shippers and receivers of putting any of this out, was that, you know, back then we didn't have as many people. Okay, we didn't have as many people on the roads to cause as much congestion that there is for you drivers to perhaps be late. There wasn't as many products going out. We sure the heck didn't have all the e-commerce that was going on. So I know that with a lot more products that are being sold and out there and a lot more deliveries and a lot more people in general, just our population has grown tremendously in X amount of years.
I agree with you.
Right. But there's no, it still doesn't justify for that note to be up there. And don't get me twisted by any means, because it just simply rude.
But there's a shift. There's been a shift, though. You talk about that. Our parents said it'd be harder when we get older and stuff like that. But also back then there was customer service.
Right.
There was a service that
there was handshakes.
There was handshakes. There was people that did their job that they signed up to do, that didn't, you know, oh, we're going to put him to the back of the line because I didn't like his truck.
Right.
Or because he had a bad attitude. The thing is there was a standard. Right. And there was a code, you followed it, and it came with a service that you carried out. And not everybody was great back then either. You had your bad apples back then too, and you had your outlaws like that. But they did that in the places they were supposed to.
Right.
They didn't risk their lives. They didn't risk their image as far as the pride that they took. They took pride in it. My thing is the customer service, not just the customer service, but the service between the two.
Right.
You know, between the two, it's so bad.
Right.
It's like they're shoving this lower quality of service standard of living on us all the way around, and the professionals suffer for it.
And I think back in the older days too, they didn't have as many regulations. All these regulations have gone in place over X amount of the years too. It have been put upon you that you guys have to weave in and out, as you know, to try to get that load there on time. I mean, goodness gracious, if there's an accident in front of you, I just saw, drivers the other day, Colleen was one of them, that's stuck in traffic, and people still cutting in and out in front of her and so on and so forth, which causes delays we get. And on the other side, though, it's important to be proactive in there. If you know that you're going to be late, call ahead to them and let them know that you're going to be late.
You also have the unexpected things when you show up at shippers. But what about when that shipper doesn't have your load ready?
Right.
All right. Okay. Well, where's your extra dock? Or your dock ready and you're there on time. Mm-hmm. Okay. That guy. All right. Well, where's your extra dock? I don't care. Your hours are your problem.
Right.
You know, they don't get that. Or like, okay, here's a great example for like a heavy hauler, Gary Jones, for example. You show up out on a site and you got a crew waiting for you. You don't expect a crane to collapse.
Right.
Okay. Right in front of your truck to go through that traumatic situation and then just to keep trucking and make your next appointment.
Right.
That made national news. That was a major incident. It held Gary up. It put him through something. It put his wife through something that was on the scene. That's a crane collapsing on a scene right in front of his truck.
Right. That he had to run and dive from.
Correct. That he had to run from. That was a setback. Investigation. Who's at fault? Safety standard. Lockdown. Cameras. Nobody. Everything.
Right.
The whole nine. Drivers don't plan for that. You know what I'm saying? Right. So there's things, but Gary also builds a relationship. He carries with his service. Also a relationship. He most likely has a number to somebody, or his family or Cindy or somebody has a number to somebody. They know to call, say, look, this is what's going on. This is what's happening. They're proactive and they follow up, not just with the service that they provide hauling that equipment, but also back in the office.
Right. So what do you think that percentage is? I mean, for that note to go up like that, what percentage of the drivers in the industry do you think that was specifically aimed for? Because I mean, is it a few bad apples that are spoiling it for the majority who do those things, or is it the other way around? Is it the other way around that the majority don't do those things, aren't proactive?
But this is most likely mainstream of trucking. Your drive-in or reefer or your cold stores. No, not don't feed the bears. You know what I'm saying? So a place like that, like your Americold or something. I don't know who would allow that to be up anyway. First of all, if this is real, but the struggle's real. Right. That I know. Whether the sign is real or not, but it's bullshit. Okay. The percentage is pretty big, Sheila. Because they don't it goes back to training. It goes back to education, like Deb says. And when they come in to buy a truck, they're bringing their trucks back to service to get their mirrors adjusted.
Right. Well,
it's out of control.
And obviously this company or this person or people, leave that up for a second because I want, obviously they're going through something, or they just have bad attitudes in general, because the sign right next to it says, sometimes if you just read, you won't have so many questions. I mean, it just continues on. I can only imagine what the next window says over there.
Well, it's like Florence. I'm going to go in and block Florence. We got a troll. So keep talking, Sheila. Go ahead.
Right. And so, I mean, this person here, I mean, and I'm actually surprised that the company allowed this to happen on there, just because the fact that it is so rude on there. There's always a better way to communicate. And I think therein lies a lot of the problems, that there's lack of communication amongst everybody on there. So when that happens and it breaks down, or you get somebody who just shouldn't be in that part of the industry or around people in general, they should just be at home on a computer doing something else, it causes problems. And of course, it rubs people the wrong way, which then all of a sudden the guy could have been having a great day and sees this and it's like, ew, what is that? And of course it's just going to put you in a crappy mood, as it is anyways, because like, how rude is that? That's not even me. I did call, and I'm still not ready. I called you, or I'm here early and now you guys aren't ready for me. So now I'm a half an hour behind, or an hour or 2 hours, whatever it is behind. How about that? You don't give a rat's ass about me as far as my hours. Well, I don't care about you and what's going on with you. And it just causes all these tensions that go on.
I agree. And it soils the industry, and it causes drivers to have tension between each other and stuff like that, because when you go and you have to deal with something like this, it's not fair. But go ahead and read that comment from Chucky, Sheila.
Well, Chucky Harrison here says, as long as you're nice with the shipper, they get you in quicker. If you're an ass to them, you can be sitting there all day waiting for a door. Why I always try to be nice to them. Right. And I agree with you. I mean, it always pays as far as to be nice, Chucky, on there. I mean, I think people just in general should just be nice to each other in their working place in general. And just in life. But that you have to try to, because I mean, that kind of almost suggests to me that a lot of them that you encounter aren't really that nice, and that you have to kind of try to beat around the bush kind of thing to go around, tiptoe around them. Hi, how are you? Kind of a thing.
Well, it's kind of like this right here.
It should just be, hey man, what's going on? It should just be a natural thing. People should just naturally be nice to each other.
Right. I agree. Right. People should, and I appreciate you people for being patient with this troll here. Florence, please. I mean, come on, seriously. How many are you going to go after? You're going to get your ass kicked by Devery. Yes. She said hi to Gary Jones. I'd like to see how that works out for you. Yeah, right. All right. So, but no, in the end, it soils the industry. It gives a bad taste in drivers' mouth. It makes it. It doesn't add to the camaraderie. It ruins the grassroots. It steps on the grassroots of trucking. In my opinion, it's what is part of what's wrong with the industry. Okay, because in the end, it should be respectful. You should have respect. It goes back to what Mike was, because she's flooded it. It says back in the day, the big word was called respect back then. Right. Go ahead, Sheila. What were you going to say?
Right, and that's what Mike actually touched on it, and that was the other things that we were talking about, is that the lack of respect for people these days, along the whole way, not just drivers. I just want to say all the way around. I think just in general, the lack of respect in general nowadays has really gone down the wayside.
Yeah.
But to try to keep, and the other thing we said is to try to take the positive and keep the positive out of it. Okay, to not let this, because something like this could really affect a person's day, and it's the ripple effect. So now a driver is upset. They go off and maybe they reflected upon the clerk at the truck stop. Gosh, I couldn't even think of that.
Oh, don't bring up the fuel line.
Well, I wasn't going to say fuel line, but I'm saying at the truck stop. I'm talking about the clerk. But I'm saying that once that attitude happens, try not to allow that to really affect you.
It's like cancer.
As far as that,
a smile goes a long way.
It does.
Reverse it. But it's hard though, Sheila, because like with Beth Ann, go ahead.
And to try to be as proactive as you can.
You can take positive out of it
when you're picking up or delivering.
You can find your positive. You create your. Seriously, but Beth Ann says, what about when you are on time and you sit and wait for hours for them to get to you and get loaded? Right. Okay, you have to, whatever you need to do to get to your spot, but make sure you're documenting everything to get your pay, to get your,
timestamps and everything.
All that, to get your, God, I can't even think of the pay now. Jeez.
Detention
pay, to get your detention pay. All right. Seriously, you got to be active in that. But it threw me off now. I was going somewhere with that. You didn't finish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, Mike was talking about respect, and you
just ramble on over there. Paybacks or something.
Mike was
no, he was talking about respect. He was talking about. I said, all right. He says the fact lies in the fact that most people nowadays don't respect anyone and think they owed everything. A lot of things aren't earned like they used to be. I feel like that people come, and it's not just in trucking, it's in general, that the entitlement issue. It's a different time. It's a different way they're being raised. I didn't raise my kids perfectly. One I was barely there for. Okay. In the end, is I have to set the example today. All right. Because the men and women that did it back then, like Yo-Yo, they set a bar. And I think that the ones that uphold it are still there, and you can find them, and you can be part of this again, because there is people out there that now you have content creators like Gaffin. Mm-hmm. Okay, like Junior James Livesey, you have the ability to find the avenues that old school trucking values are there, they're established, and they're respected. And you can find the people that actually carry themselves in a respectful manner. Because it's not a joke. It's a lifestyle within a career. Right. I'm going to show a clip here in a minute that, that people need to understand some of the men and women that do this and why they do it.
So, what happens as far as that? So where you're sitting there waiting for that load. I mean, how does that affect your next load?
It's a ripple effect, Sheila. It pushes everything.
So now you have to call your dispatcher.
What do you mean? Depends on if you're a company owner.
I'm still here.
Wait, are you a company owner? Or are you?
No, you're working.
You're just a driver,
right?
Company driver,
right?
Yeah, you're just gonna call your company and let them know you have a computer in your truck. They know where you're at. They know what's going on.
Right.
They know it's not like it's a secret. You're going to sit over there and you're going to wait. And if your company's not good to you, they're going to screw you out of that money. And then it's going to screw your next one, especially if it's on a Friday.
But do
If
they
you-
generally try to find a different load for you immediately?
Depends on the
after?
company. Depends on your driver manager.
Oh,
Right.
again, communication and respect all the
It
way there
depends
too.
on how much that person respects themselves and values their job. You got a lazy driver manager back there, you're going to sit all weekend at a truck stop because your appointment was Friday morning to drop at 6 a.m. They didn't get you till 4 p.m. that day, and your next pickup was at 6 p.m. that night.
Right.
They gave you a 12-hour window to get unloaded and then go 75 miles down and pick up your next load, and you were parked at the receivers.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But you've lost all that time, and now your load, they're closed till Monday. You're at the truck stop till Monday, and you know what I'm saying? Unless you got a good driver manager and they can reload you, drop that, decline or whatever.
Right, because most of the shippers and receivers won't let you sit in their yard. So now you got to go find somewhere to sit for
All right,
weekend.
All right, let's go over to the comments. Watch the full episode Yo-Yo Real People video yesterday after the show. Well worth the watch. Old school trucking at its best. Yes, and that's what we're about over here. And that's what sucks. I hate when we have to do topics like this and we talk about this. And the trucking news sucks because I'm about heritage. I'm about preserving it. I'm about highlighting it. Like people like I'm riding Gaffin right now. I'm on Mike's jock right now because he's going to be a great interview. Yeah. He has a following that respects him. He's old school trucking. I'm going to play a clip from him right now. We're going to take a break. We're going to get to the rest of your comments. And I'm going to show you why I follow Mike Gaffin.
We'll be right back.
I get it. Where's he at? He's down here. Sorry, Mike. There he is. He did it. Mike did that. He put that together. That's why, because he's all about that's
a great reel.
Yeah, right. And then he also puts out that he did the Kenworth video when it explains, the lifestyle. How they put the house up and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's couple.
Right, the couple.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's a breakdown. So, all right, let's finish over with the comments. But I appreciate that. And it gets me worked up like that freaking troll. I appreciate your patience, like what pisses me off. That's why I was worked up.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't trying to get him worked up on Feel Good Friday. Get him all right here.
No, it pisses me off, but I appreciate everybody being patient and looking over that because it's annoying. It's annoying. It's just like it's annoying the lack of professionals within the industry. Mike McPherson says, but as a professional in the industry, people need to realize it is trucking. You will always have to expect the unexpected. If drivers would handle themselves as professionals, we wouldn't have these issues spiraling out of control. I agree with that. And if it wasn't sold as a pipe dream, and if it wasn't sold the way it was, and it was continued to be handed down, and or the first generations, like Yo-Yo was a first generation driver. Right.
Yeah.
I believe she said that.
Yeah.
She's first generation. But she laid it down right. She laid it down properly. She got it from the other people. She got it from somebody that was within the industry.
Her friends.
Was a driver, her friends, her family, technically. So, but I think, Mike, you're right. And it's shitty the way it is today. So, all right, let's go over to Justin Pomerantz. He says, I'm a knight of the loading dock. Hell no, get these drivers unloaded and customers figures it's out where to put it. I jump all over the contractor on site when their stuff arrives. Right. So Justin helps unload trucks and he does know the struggle and he does whatever he can to help them out.
To get the drivers moving.
Right. And we appreciate you, Justin, for doing that. So, all right, let's go over to Mike Gaffin. He says that video of my dad's old truck, David Gaffin, the camel rider, is watching right now. See what I'm saying? Cool. Mike, he cherishes it. Yeah. He cherishes it, and the way he does it, and he's a great. He says he comes across great. He has what it takes to do the content that he does over on TikTok. If you ain't on TikTok and you're not following him on TikTok, you need to be. If not, on YouTube because, again, him and Dooner James Livingston. I don't promote these guys because clout, because they're the real deal.
Right.
You see some of the stuff that he posts. Right. I got a shit ton of it.
And they're veteran drivers, just like we have a lot of veteran drivers. And how they learned, when they learned, and the values that they learned are a lot different than now.
Right.
And so there's where the clash is. And that's like with Yo-Yo during that time. You know, it's like she was like, I don't care about all that fame and all that and so on and so forth. Get your camera out. I'm like, okay, yay, whatever. I just want to truck. I love trucking. I just want to go and do this and do my job and get my load unloaded. Get my next one and move on and make some money.
Again, what I loved about her yesterday, what I loved is she was able to name everybody in this picture. She still talks to Wolfman to this day. They still talk and they're still good friends. I actually took Wolfman down. I meant to keep him up. But that's the camaraderie and the brother and sisterhood that once was still is, but it's just a lot different. Right. I think drivers are more jaded today, Sheila, for the way the industry's gotten and where it's gone.
Yeah, but look at all the things since that time. Look at all the things that have transpired and gone in place since those times.
I agree. All right, so you do have one more thing in trucking news. I know you brought up Tennessee. We're going to talk about this real quick. Tennessee has jump on board, right? Haven't they, Sheila? What did they jump on board with?
Yes. All right. So Tennessee, guys, if you remember that there were some other states who have proposed legislation that they're trying to get passed this year so that it doesn't affect you guys. If something happens, if you injure or kill someone when someone is in the road protesting or blocking traffic. So now Tennessee has jumped on the bandwagon as well. And they're proposing legislation basically that is going to make it illegal, that they cannot put charges against the driver if somebody is injured or killed if someone's blocking the road or stopping the flow of traffic or protesting out there. So, and that's going to also include, I believe, all pretty much any flow of traffic, and that includes railways, that includes waterways, basically anywhere commerce kind of flows. So it's not just the highways itself.
Well, we saw the tanker driver.
And I know that doesn't sound like it's good news, but it actually is, because anything that's in place that they're putting in place to protect you drivers. So if for whatever reason that you happen to get into those situations, that they are not coming back at fault on you, because those people should not be in the street. So
it's more protection, and well, it should be. I'm okay with it. But the thing is didn't these freaking parents teach their kids not to play in the street? Don't these people realize that these trucks don't stop on a dime? No. Right. And the thing is they need to be more. There needs to be more safety nets up for these drivers for instances like this. God forbid spring comes and they start springing up with protests again across the country. It's just crazy, you know, but I'm glad that Tennessee jumped on board, Sheila. I'm glad about that. I'm happy about that. It's something that goes into place.
They made it to where it's a felony if you're caught doing that, for you to do that in the roads, and a mandatory $3,000 fine for it. Good. So, but if you guys remember, just to end this real quick, that we are glad that Tennessee did, because they joined in with Florida. Utah, Missouri. Who is the other one? There's a few other ones too.
It's a good thing, Sheila. So, but Tennessee's the new one, so that's a good thing. Oklahoma, okay, good. All right, so but let's announce. With that being said, let's go with a good note. All right, Justin Pomerantz, you're over in the comments. You guys are still over in the comments. And Justin unloads trucks, but he also nominated Brittany Akins as a driver of the week. We want to say thank you to you, Justin, and a special thank you to Brittany Akins, driver of the week, and Night of the Highway. This is our last driver of the week, but she will be posted up on the driver's side. So please, guys, drop a comment over there, congratulating her.
Congratulations,
Brittany Akins, we want to say thank you so much. And she does such a great job. She's now local. She's home over the weekend. She's home every night. I want to say now she paved her way in this industry. She's great. She's got great kids. I got a video actually of her and her kids. She's a good mom, and she does things for her kids. And I wanted to tell her thank you for the way she does it. We've actually met her. This is actually
she did OTR too for 20 years.
Right. This is actually a gift from her. So this is the least we could do. But Justin Pomerantz did nominate her. She did. She is a driver of the week. We want to say thank you. And we want to say thank you to all the drivers of the week: John Freese, John Jakes, and Brittany Akins. We got the Johns and the Brittany. Right.
And speaking of which, of Brittany, we want to say a special shout out
to her
our
daughter,
little buddy Josie, who just had her, I believe it's her 8th birthday.
Right. So we just
got to meet, and she styled our hair and did Wayne's and little unicorns and stuff. So
Well,
happy birthday, Josie.
I make sure that I take time out for these people, because you guys are always there for us. And what she did for her daughter, I thought was neat. She surprised her with family.
Mhm.
And I thought that was great. That's what we're all about over here, is family. We'll be right back. Get it. Congratulations to Brittany for being a Night of the Highway, and happy birthday to Josie.
Yeah.
And Brittany, the way you do it and the way you're raising your kids as a driver, we appreciate that. It's not easy. It's not easy being a truck driver and raising kids, Sheila. It's not easy.
Right. And the one there was her oldest daughter, and Josie is still young. And so being OTR for 20 years, and, she's a single mom now. And so, she wanted to be there for her youngest daughter, Josie. So we commend you on it.
All right, let's go back over to the comments. Got a couple comments, and I got a video I'm going to play that Mike Gaffin put up to put things in perspective from trucking back in the day. But Chucky over here says in the comments, "Is great show, y'all. Be home about a week or two. Like to see y'all. Y'all have a good day getting my air fixed." Right, Chucky's been out there for like 7 months, I want to say.
Yeah, he's been out there.
He's been out there for 7 months.
Yeah.
He's been out there putting the work in. He's actually done a lot of work on his truck. He's got a Peterbilt Gobo that shines up and lights up the ground when he opens his door, and he got a new shifter.
Yeah.
He got a new shifter.
Other than when he gets stuck in Wyoming in haunted hotels.
Right. All right. Let's go over to Ryan. Ryan says a lot of older truckers I talk to say they wouldn't even gone to work for free back in the day because being out on the road was fun. You had guys that did. They did that. Would have. Yeah. Yeah. The guys that did. They lived in their trucks. They lived that lifestyle thoroughly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All right.
I know my uncle did. My uncle was a heavy hauler, and so he was gone for weeks and months. I didn't think anything of it, obviously. I mean, I wasn't his daughter, so I wasn't affected. When we got to see him, I got to see him. But
McDonald.
Yeah.
Yeah, McDonald Construction.
Yeah.
So get Uncle Mike.
Uncle Mike, yeah.
Uncle Mike, heavy hauler. All right, let's go back over to the comments. John Franklin says, I remember when trucking was fun. Now it really sucks.
Oh.
You know what? Okay, yeah. Again, it does, but it doesn't, because I keep finding people, who still love it and still do it right. I mean, look, okay, this is not seriously. Look at this guy right here. Look at these two right here. They're happy and they met trucking. Look at this right here. Look at him right here. Hold on. Where is it, Sheila? What'd you do with it? Trucking's still good if you find the right people. You did it. You moved it. So it is. Remember, he coming off the highway. I didn't load up his video today. I'll have to put it back up. But John took the time out to meet us. He parked behind us. We turned Denny's upside down. We had a good old time.
Yeah.
At the truck stop.
Yeah, well, it was supposed to be a meet and greet for 10 minutes. Hi, how you doing? Turned into,
I'm like a potato chip. You just can't have one.
Day and a half. Yeah. Really? Is that what it was?
I don't know.
I just think he found a mark that he could pick on and was having a good time.
Oh, did you just call me a mark? Dude, for somebody not feeling good today. All right, come on. Let's go over to your comments real quick and take a quick break. Come back and wrap it up. All right. Julie Johnson says, congrats, Brother John. Thanks for all you do for the trucking industry. Yeah, he does do a lot. All right. Jay says, the ghost of Cheyenne misses their Chucky Harrison. They want him back. Yeah, Chucky in the hotel, the haunted hotel. You guys fans, Chucky, get it. All right. My husband's been out since our son was born and has not been home. Our baby is 7 months old. Wow, Ruth. Wow. That's crazy. That's dedication.
And I got it. Okay. Now this is where some technology is good, because you actually have the capabilities now
FaceTime.
Of FaceTime. And so he actually still gets to see the growth. I know it's not the same as touching and holding and being there, but at least he gets to see the child's growth and participate a little bit. Back in the day, we were talking to Yo-Yo, she was like, yeah, you don't have communication. You just basically, or like Deb was saying,
it was hard to find people to trust to leave your kids with. Yeah.
And you waited for your father or mother, whoever was out on the road that gone that long, to put those quarters in. And if you were home, you were home. If you weren't, you weren't.
It's crazy thinking about that. You're going across country, truck drivers don't talk on the phone. We'll be on the phone for hours. Hours. You talk to you a couple times. Hours.
Right.
Right. Back then, you got to put quarter. Yeah, no, it cost you a lot of money. Not so much.
Right.
Imagine what phone sex. Imagine what phone sex cost back then.
Expensive. I know.
Well, all right, Michael Thompson says, even the bad days are better than working in a factory or office.
There you go.
Right. All right, let's take a quick break. I want to play a video that Gavin put up that I found was really cool. And then we'll come back and we're going to get to your final thoughts and wrap this up.
We're going to get to weather.
Oh, we got weather. Drop your weather. Oh, yeah. We got weather. All right. Before we get to weather, today you are you. That is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you. Dr. Seuss, get it? Yeah, that's bastards.
Yeah,
it's just ridiculous. It's out of control. Let's take a break, Sheila.
Yeah, Dr. Seuss is.
Are we gonna? Yeah, let's take a break. All right, let's go to racing.
You look nice, that truck, kid.
You got your hammer down. Breaker. Roger, Big K. It may be a big cut, but it doesn't look that fast to me.
Hey, I'm telling you what, you better not sass this old boy. You're out on the big track now, bro.
Get into the other lane so I can come around you. I'm not allowed to pass in this lane.
Come on back here now. You're not supposed to pass this big truck, girl.
Get it, yo. All right, now with your weather, to Sheila Campbell with your weather. Where'd it go, Sheila? You got weather up here?
I think
there it is. Get it.
All right, so a system will produce rain along the Pacific Northwest coast this morning and will move inland as snow develops over the Cascades by tonight. In addition, late tonight, rain and higher elevation snow will develop over parts of northern and central California that should last until Saturday night. A system over the southern plains will move to the Gulf of Mexico by tonight. From this system, expect rain and thunderstorms in southern Kansas, southwestern Missouri, northern Oklahoma, and northern Texas that will move to the southern Oklahoma, southern Arkansas, eastern and southern Texas, Louisiana, most of Mississippi, southern Alabama, and northwestern Florida by this afternoon or early evening. So the morning it's moving, and it's moving down to the other parts, down to the south down there. There's a cold airflow over the lower Great Lakes producing lake effect snow, downwind from lakes Erie and Ontario late tonight through tomorrow, affecting northern Pennsylvania, New York, northern Vermont, northern New Hampshire. We got high wind warnings in the following states and areas: Oregon along the coast from Reedsport to Brookings, inland from Grants Pass up to Chemult and down over to Adel. In California along northern coast to Klamath, all the way east to Cedarville and southward to Bishop. In Nevada, from the Nevada-Oregon, California border, south to Tonopah and east to Winnemucca, Lovelock, and Fallon. In Utah, Logan and Wendover to St. George. In New Mexico, from Clayton to Clovis. And also, guys, there is still an avalanche warning in Montana as well. Here in Elizabethton, Tennessee, we are sunshiny and about 40 degrees. And it's supposed to be that way, as far as I know, until I believe it is this weekend. So we're going to.
Well, thank you, Sheila. You're such a, I'm lucky I get the weather girl even.
Okay, meteorologist, I am not.
Sheila, what about Bob?
Hi, Bob.
Bob, what about Bob? Good morning, Bob. Good to see you, Bob. Bob says, shiny side up, rubber side down. Enjoy. Gotta go. Miss y'all. Get it, Bob.
Be safe.
All right, real quick. Let's go over to John's comment. He says, been driving 25 years now. The new driver are out here because of the money only. Right. So that makes the attitudes of the new drivers to be asses to everybody.
Right. It's a job, not a lifestyle.
Well, you know, to some, it's just a job. For others, it's a lifestyle. All right. Let's go back to your comments for your weather in your neck of the woods. Let's go. Hurry up.
Yeah, all right.
All right. No, I had one more that I wanted to see. I saw Stephen Gamble says, me and my wife and I have been out for 7 years riding together. We enjoy every second of it. And we only go home 1 week out of the year. Well, where the hell are you mean you go on vacation 1 week out of the year?
Right.
You're already home.
Right.
I mean, yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
Why would you have your significant other with you? So you don't have that longing of that person at home. You're together.
All right. The weather.
Chateau, Oklahoma, rain and 53. Oh, okay. Michael Thompson. Bella, Washington, 39. That's kind of chilly. We've got Phil Tristan, 32 degrees and sunny in Dixon, Illinois. Thank you, Sheila. And now back to you, Wayne Amigo.
All right. Pretty Reed Rice says, super windy Abilene today until this evening. Dave Umberger, cold and wet in Hillsboro, Oregon. Charles E. Graham says 40 in Barstow, California. Make sure you hit Sisters up and catch me a picture of something over there. God, I've been seeing Brock put so much content out at Sisters lately. It's pissing me off. All right, I got to get some more truck porn. All right, get it. Forest Grove, Oregon, 43 and raining, light rain. David says Monterey, Tennessee, sunshine 45, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, Monterey. Is that Monterey? All right. Well, you got the angle over there. The weather girl will give you a good whooping. I hope so.
Don't encourage him.
Chicago, 31 from Dawn. All right. Charles E. Graham says, looks like snow back home in PA. Tim the Tool Time Taylor says 61 sunny in Atlanta, Sheila. So what? That's it, right?
Yeah, that
We're
seems
good,
to
right?
be it.
All right.
And you know what? I got to say, do you see how sweet he was today? He let me read 2 more before Phil's and then back to, because normally he just gives me Phil's. That's it. And then it's always right back to you, Wayne Amigo. But you actually let me do 2 of them.
You feel good? You feel better?
I was kind of taken aback a little bit.
Good.
I wasn't prepared for that.
Good. See how good I am
I
to
would have
her?
put a little more enthusiasm and oomph to it had I known that I was going to get 2 more. I'm always used to Phil's, and you could tell in my voice, blah blah blah. The other ones, I was like, what? Oh,
You feel good, right?
it was like a treat. Yeah,
Good.
not as good as ice cream, but it was still a treat.
Well, maybe I'll get to the
Nope.
maybe.
Nope. He's gonna try to.
All right,
go
let's wrap
somewhere
this
with
up.
that.
Let's get
Yep.
out of here. We got nothing else to talk about, Sheila. What are we saying? Goodbye to everybody.
Yes. And let's,
Dyersburg,
again,
Tennessee, 40 and feeling good. John says, well, good for you, John.
Mhm.
She's not feeling that well, but she's sure feeling like picking on me.
Dad, that doesn't ever stop.
Yeah, whatever.
I could be laying in bed.
Teddy Bear is 5 miles away from my house today. Get
Oh,
it,
cool.
Dave Umberger. You know what, guys? You are the heartbeat of America. You should be treated like the heartbeat of America. I didn't play that clip from Mike. I'll play that next week.
Okay.
That truck clip. All right, remember, guys, you are the heartbeat of America. You should be treated that way. Always keep your side up, rubber side down, and to remember to always wait.
What?
I blew that.
Why?
I don't. How you got to make money in the truck industry, Sheila?
That was where it was coming. You just didn't finish the sentence.
God.
You got to keep the left door closed.
Get it. What do we got? Feel good. Oh, wait. Thank you to Yo-Yo, guys. Before we go, real quick, seriously, head over
And
to
of all
head
our
over to the page.
drivers of the week, too.
And all our drivers of the week, head over to the page. Check out Yo-Yo's. Donate to Yo-Yo's GoFundMe. Seriously, we raised some money yesterday. We could raise more. We will be promoting this for a while until we can do the most we can for her.
Right.
All right. So Yo-Yo, thank you so much for yesterday.
Yeah.
Seriously, that was a ride that man, not a lot can take. Okay, because of your experience and your history within trucking, you are the heartbeat of America, and you are truly a blessing to us. Wanted to say thank you, and to all our drivers of the week. You can find them over on the driver's side page. Please go over and like and share and leave a comment. We're done, Sheila. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Get it. Have a great weekend. And here is your feel-good pity of the day. What video did you choose, Sheila? Where's that damn
Friday.
dog? Right. Get it. We're out of here.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
I'll let you drive, so we will stay.